The Chameleon Effect, the art of social infiltration. The following is a transcript from the private archives of Dr. Shadow. I, the psychological suicide. You have just made the most significant mistake of your life. You believe you clicked this video by accident, but in the world of high-stakes psychology, there are no accidents. Your mind is already searching for something it lacks: power. Imagine a person you have worked with for years, someone you trust with your secrets, someone you call a friend. Now, imagine that person does not exist. That person is a phantom, a construct meticulously assembled based on your specific tastes, fears, and insecurities. They did not stay by your side because they loved you. They stayed because you were their target. They are a chameleon. If you do not witness this revelation to its very end, you will spend the rest of your life seeing only what people want you to see. You will never know who your partner, your boss, or your best friend truly is. But by mastering these shadows, you become the universal key that opens any door. To become a chameleon, you must first commit a psychological suicide. You must kill your own ego to make room for the personality your target desires. Infiltration is not about lying. It is about reflective adaptation. People do not love you for who you are. They love you for how much you remind them of themselves. 2. Biological synchrony, the echo technique. Why is the chameleon effect so absolute? Because it hijacks the mirror neuron system. These neurons are the biological bridge of empathy. When I smile, the neurons in your brain responsible for smiling fire as well. The chameleon hacks this system. Evolution has programmed humans to trust those who are like them. In the primitive world, appearing different meant death. Today, that instinct is your greatest vulnerability. When a chameleon mirrors your gestures, your tone of voice, and even your breathing rhythm, your subconscious grants them a green light. You feel a sense of comfort, unaware that you are merely looking at a reflection of yourself. True professionals use delayed mirroring. If the target leans back, the chameleon waits 15 seconds before doing the same. If the target uses a specific metaphor, comparing a business deal to a hunt, the chameleon adopts that vocabulary. This creates an unbreakable bond within the target's limbic system. 3. The status tax and the 5% rule. Most people fail because they try too hard to be liked. They talk too much. This is an amateur's mistake. The chameleon manages silence like a weapon. Enter the status tax. In a conversation, the chameleon speaks 10% less than the subject. When the subject asks a question, the chameleon pauses for exactly 4 seconds before responding. This silence forces the subject to fill the void, often revealing more information than they intended. It establishes an aura of calculated authority. Furthermore, there is the 5% rule. Never be the best dressed or the smartest person in the room. Always be exactly 5% better than the average. This ensures you are not a threat to the egos of the powerful, yet you command their respect. You do not want to be a shining star from the outside. You want to be the best version of a peer. IV, the vulnerability gap, finding the ransom. Once the biological bond is formed, the chameleon searches for the vulnerability gap. Every human, no matter how powerful, has a void. The CEO needs someone who doesn't want their money. The intellectual needs someone who truly understands their obscure theories. The narcissist needs a witness to their greatness. The chameleon becomes the perfect plug for that hole.
You do not enter through the front door of their life, you enter through the wound in their soul. I once deployed an operative to infiltrate a high-security private circle. He did not use credentials, he used the presupposition of belonging. He walked into the building as if he owned the foundation. Because humans are biologically wired to follow confidence, the guards never asked for his ID. He bypassed the security of the building by bypassing the security of the human mind. V. The final transformation. The chameleon effect is the ultimate weapon. For the one who masters it, there are no locked doors, no unreachable people, and no secrets. But there is a price. When you spend your life wearing masks, you risk a permanent loss of self. One day, you will look into a mirror and fail to recognize the face staring back. The mask adheres to the skin. You become everything to everyone, and yet you remain nothing to yourself. This is the ransom the soul pays for absolute infiltration. If you have watched this until the end, you are no longer a mere observer. You are part of the game. Look around you. Who are you trying to mimic? Or more importantly, who is currently mimicking you? Be careful. A true chameleon is never seen. You only feel the consequences of their presence. I am Dr. Shadow. I am always watching. IV. The illusion of choice. Do not be deceived. You think you are watching this by your own free will, but your curiosity was engineered long before you pressed play. You are a pawn in a game where the board itself is shifting beneath your feet. Today, we step beyond mere adaptation. We enter the realm of the architect. While the chameleon hides in plain sight, the architect redesigns the very room you stand in. Most people believe they see the world as it is. They are wrong. They see the world as their senses interpret it, and senses are the easiest things to manipulate. If you do not master the art of framing reality, someone else will frame it for you, and you will live your entire life inside a cage you believe is a palace. The goal is not to win an argument. It is to ensure the argument never happens because you have already defined the truth. 2. Narrative priming. The seeds of conviction. The human brain abhors a vacuum. It constantly seeks a story to explain the chaos of life. The architect provides that story. This is narrative priming. Before you ever make a request or reveal your true intent, you must plant small, insignificant truths in the target's mind. These are seeds. By the time you are ready to harvest, the target will believe your idea was their own original thought. This is the ultimate form of infiltration, infiltrating the origin of thought itself. We use information cascades. You don't tell the target a lie. You surround them with people and environments that imply a certain reality. When 3 different unrelated sources hint at the same thing, the human brain stops questioning and starts believing. You are not lying to them. You are orchestrating their environment so they lie to themselves. 3. The paradox of scarcity and the invisible wall. Why do men crave what they cannot have? It is the scarcity loop. The architect creates an invisible wall. You do not chase the target. You make the target chase you by being selectively unavailable. In social infiltration, being too accessible is a death sentence for your status. You must become a ghost that occasionally solidifies. When you are present, you are 100% there, intense, focused, and mesmerizing. But then you vanish. This creates a psychological itch in the target's mind. they begin to obsess. They begin to assign you a value far higher than you actually possess. You are no longer a person, you are a prize. And once someone views you as a prize, they have already lost their objective judgment. You are no longer their friend, you are their oxygen. They cannot breathe without your silence. VI, the grand reveal, the price of the palace. The architect's greatest trick is making the target feel like the master of the house, while the architect holds the keys to every door. You have built a reality around them, fueled by their own biases, fueled by their own ego. But remember the warning of Dr. Shadow. A palace built on lies is still a palace.